Hey, what's up everyone? James from Junkyard Fox. Thank you so much for joining me, and I only think it's appropriate to start the year with an awesome EDC gear update. And let me tell you that this is the most excited I've been to make an EDC gear update in years. So as we're entering 2024, I want to show off a ton of new gear that I got the last couple of months, and so you guys can see it here first, and then you'll see as the year progresses and you see me camping and testing these things out, and then until the eventual reviews later on this year. So a ton of new stuff here, really exciting. So thank you for joining me. Let's get started. So as always, when it comes to my EDC gear updates, I start from head down to toe, and then from there I'll talk about gear that I carry, such as my Haversack, afterwards. So as always, starting off with my hat, I happen to love to have a wide-brimmed hat. This is the Akubra The Territory. Really loving this hat. I got this last summer, though it didn't start seeing action until winter because it's too hot to wear during the hot months. Akubra is an Australian hat company. They make some really awesome stuff. The Territory is the name of the model of this hat, and I like the hat because during the winter months it is felt, so it's going to help keep me warm, but at the same time it has a nice 4-inch brim, so it's going to help protect my eyes from glare, shield me from the rain, the wind, the snow, all that stuff, the elements. And of course, I like to always customize my hats, so I did add an Arovivon Aurora A1 flashlight. I can use this, blast up to 650 lumens, so if I needed to turn on, activate a flashlight while my hands are busy, carrying something, fishing, or I could just manually unclip this, use it, and then just put it back when I'm done. So, great piece of headwear right here, and if I may say so myself, a pretty handsome hat. As far as coats, I did get this brand new coat from the company Doobie. They were kind enough to send this to me. Now, to be completely fair, I really love my brown wool coat that I've been using since like 2019. To this day, it's still going strong. I really love it. But I did want to test something out a little bit more contemporary. And so this coat is really strong. It's really great at blocking the wind. And we've had some horrible winds these last couple of weeks, and this has been working well against them. But their claim to fame is the fact that this is a self-heating jacket. So if I'm really cold, camping around a campfire out in the snow, and I just need to elevate some heat, I can just power this on. So here's the button. I know it's broad daylight. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see, but you hold this down for a second and it turned on red. And it's going to start heating me up in a couple of seconds. It does take a while. There's also different levels. This is high. Let's click it to low. That's blue. And then high is going to be green. That's going to be medium, I'm sorry. But you can see it right there, right? And now I'm already starting to feel the warmth. There are patches of basically heaters on the back of my arms, on my back, and right here on the front. So I can feel some of that heat being supplemented right there. And it's pretty warm right now, so I'm going to turn it off. Hold it for a second. And then other than that, I like the fact that you can adjust your sleeve lengths. You can kind of tighten this up so you don't have wind coming in. There's some side pockets here as well. I'm really not sure what you would use with these side pockets, what you would add in there. Probably some like hot hands, just to, if it's really cold and you need to supplement even more heat, activate them, place them in here. You're going to be nice and warm. Say you're trying to sleep in a really cold night. This is going to help keep you warm. It also does have a hoodie as well that you can detach. I'm not much of a hoodie guy, especially if it's not raining or something like that. So let me remove my hat, and you can just zip this on, place it on, during a snowstorm, a blizzard. But the jury's still out on this coat. I really like it so far, though of course I still got to test it out for a couple of months before I can have any solid conclusions into what I like, maybe what I don't like about it. Side pockets right here, nice and large. Zip them up. And then down here is where you have the battery compartment right here. So right before you leave home, be sure you charge this, USB rechargeable, and then you place it in here, and that's going to be, to power this on. And in case it's a nice calm day and you do not need this, of course you can leave this at home or in your vehicle, and it'll be a little lighter, and you have a little side pocket there for your wallet or whatever the case may be. So once again, jury is still out on this coat, but so far so good. Okay, so let me just remove the jacket, and now EDC stuff. Of course, notepad and pen. I live by having a notepad and a pen every single day. As dorky as that may seem, as unnecessary as that may seem with today's cell phones and stuff, I'm a firm believer in having a notepad and pen, writing down your ideas, your goals, your objectives, even simple thing like your grocery list. It's going to keep you more focused, more organized. Any idea that comes to mind. I helped, I sketched here concept art for the upcoming Cuervo Negro music video, so I kind of have an idea of what I want the main actors to look like. Simple stuff like that. I'm constantly going through these notepads. These are cheapy dollar store ones. I'm not a fan of writing the rain for how they write, and then a simple Sharpie as well. So always have a notepad and pen. Highly recommend it. Other than that, I do have a watch right here. This is my Timex. It's a mix of two different Timexes. So I broke my Timex Expedition watch, and so I took the straps, the brown leather straps from my Expedition, and I placed them on my Timex Weekender. I love how simplistic and elegant that face is. I really like it. Of course, it helps you tell time, but at the same time, it's also just a very masculine look. It's the closest I can come to wearing jewelry myself. It's just, you just look responsible, and I don't know. It's just a good look, I think. And now down to the belt, where all the fun stuff's at. So moving on down over here to the side, carrying it cross straw, I do have a brand new knife. This was sent to me by Bear Forest Knives for testing. Really loving the blade, and honestly the sheath as well. It's a Kydex sheath, but it just fits so well. Really loving this. This is the Pickens Game Knife by Bear Forest Knives. He is a small American maker, making some outstanding little designs, little blades. Follow him on Instagram. Really great stuff. I think he's making some larger knives at this point as well. Now, as you can tell, this is meant to be a skinner. It's got that upward sweep. It's a flat grind, high carbon steel blade with natural micarta scales right here. I've been using it for EDC, but of course it's gonna really excel at processing games. So fingers crossed we can do a lot more catch and cooks videos this year. Also hoping to do a larger big game hunt later this year. Maybe bring down a deer or another boar and put this to the test. So expect a review sometime around summertime. But what a beauty of a blade right here. Small, lightweight, but high quality. And once again, this sheath, how I'm able to just pops in, easy access, cross straw. This is how I like to carry my knife. Really great right there. Moving on down to my pocket, I do have my chapstick with my modification of having a pocket clip on it, so it's not just bouncing around my pocket looking awkward. I just keep it in one spot right there. And then moving on back here, butt pocket, I always carry a bandana. I'm constantly cycling through like 10 bandanas because there's 1,000 uses for a bandana for everyday carry, especially if you're in the wilderness, some kind of scenario where you need to first aid, hygiene, maybe even to improvise into a container to carry like nuts or berries, something like that. So 1,000 uses for a bandana, especially if it's cotton, where you can improvise some char cloth from it. So there we go. Moving up here to the front, keys, nothing too exciting over here. Can opener, I do have this Shiner Bock bottle opener. I got this from the Shiner Brewery, down by Texas, by Austin. And then this was given to me by a friend of mine who went to Canada, and she just gave this to me like 3 months ago, and it's already dying. So this may be leaving pretty soon. And the Cuervo's talisman he made for me one time when I hunted a snake, it's also down to its very basics, so this one may not be lasting long either. Butt pocket over here, I do have my new extra wallet. Really loving this. This is the Parliament model right here. I love how lightweight and sleek it is. Click this button, quick immediate access to your cards. And it's not meant to carry a whole ton of things, but you can carry a good amount of cards in there. Open this flap up. You can put couple bucks in here. I had 20 bucks there this morning. My driver's license always here on the side. And then in the back, I do have a tracker card right here. So if I cannot locate my wallet, I can just use the app on my phone and it'll start ringing and I'm able to track this down. I really like that in case, I misplaced my wallet or someone's getting smart somewhere and trying to take it from me, I can locate it. So really loving that. And Extra is currently having a sale from now to January 24th, 40% off all their items, plus an additional 5% with my code of Junkyard. So that's 45% off if you're so inclined to get one of these. Really awesome, really loving these. So really cool wallet. Over here, of course, a flashlight. I always like to carry a flashlight on my person. This is the Rovibon Aurora A21. It's the same company that's on my hat. And really love this. Obviously, this is a little bigger. It's more robust. It's going to be a little stronger. It can go as high as 1,000 lumens. Fairly simplistic light, but I like it. I love the color, of course. One thing it does not have is a magnetic tail cap. That is a must for me when it comes to an EDC light, but I'm making an exception this time just because I really like the aesthetics of this light. So getting out of my comfort zone a bit, but cool little flashlight. Then, of course, my coin pocket. Always got a simple lighter, nothing too fancy. A Bic. One should always have some form of ignition for any case scenario. Even if you're not an avid outdoorsman, one should always have one of these. It doesn't cost anything, really. And finally, yes, I did finally upgrade my firearm. I'm gonna be EDCing a new firearm. This is the SIG P365 right here, 9mm semi-automatic. 10+1 rounds. I like the fact that it's light, it's small, compact, but of course, you know, in a situation where I got to defend myself, whether it's a rattlesnake or, you know, I'm just in a rough neighborhood, something like that, I have it. You guys know that I did carry for years the Ruger Mark III pistol, which is a 22, but it was really heavy that I never carried it on my person. This is far superior in every way. It's a better caliber for something, a bigger threat such as a person. It's going to hold a lot more, and it's going to be lightweight. So let me just say safety check right here, removing the magazine. Nothing's in the chamber. Put this away right there. When I purchased this, I did buy this holster as well. I'll annotate down below what it's called. It's a hybrid. It's Kydex and leather. Of course, I'm a leather guy, so I like the brown leather. It mixes with, you know, my knife sheaths and stuff like that, so I like that. It is ambidextrous, so I did remove it. It was placed on the other side, but since I like to cross draw my knife, have my knife on my left side, I'm gonna have this immediately right here. And I'm right-handed, so any situation I need to access it immediately, I'm able to grab it. And yes, I'm hoping to pretty soon upgrade my belt to something a little bit more sturdy for concealed carry. And yeah, so not too bad right here. I got a lot of basics. You know, I got my cutting tool right here. I got a bandana. I got chapstick, lighter, flashlight, a firearm, my wallet. Good stuff. And then out down here to the boots really quick. Of course, these are my Moonshine Spirits I've had for years, and I do have my boot knife, and this was a gift from viewer James Hyde. This is called Hombre del Desierto, Man of the Desert. Very simplistic blade right here, but I really like it. I'm a avid fan of having a boot knife, nice and concealed, for whenever you need a secondary knife, or you just don't want to ding up your main one, whatever the case may be. Over here, I do have about 20 feet of bank line, number 36 bank line. If some emergency where I need to set up a shelter, or, you know, I'm reeling in some trout and I want to keep them alive, kind of keep them in the water, boom, I have extra cordage right there. And yeah, generally I use these. If it's really cold, I will move to the other boots that I am testing for winter months, and those are the Brunt work boots. I didn't bring them today. It's pretty warm today, but you've seen me the last couple of adventures when it's really cold. I have been using them. They're a little bit bulkier, a little bit heavier, but those are going to be great for winter camping. So even though they're not here now, consider them part of my EDC for the next couple of months. Okay, and now for secondary EDC items like my Haversack and my water container. So of course, anytime I leave home, I always have water with me. I'm a huge proponent of doing that. That way you're not as wasteful buying more bottles and you're paying $3 for water like a chump. Just fill up your water before you leave home, even if you're not doing some outdoor stuff. Just running errands across town, drink your water. So I always have some kind of either a military canteen or an Nalgene bottle, something like that. I always have this with me. And then, of course, this is my Tough Possum Gear EDC Shackleton Satchel. Love this bag. I've been using this for about 2 years. I did make a review on it about a year, possibly 2 years at this point, and it's still going strong. So I'll have the link to that review up in the corner of the screen if you want to check it out. Really love this bag, really love the aesthetics, the design, and once again, after 2 years and hundreds of adventures together, it is still looking fantastic. It looks like it could have been brand new, like I could have just bought it last week, but no, I do have hundreds of adventures with me using this. And one of the main reasons I like this bag is the 2 side pouches. I'm able to immediately grasp something I need right away, but I do have a little safety feature that I modified it. So, not really modified it, but I just thought of adding lanyards to both things and then placing the lanyards in this clasp. And so what that makes it is, in case I'm running or it falls or whatever, and it snags on a branch, it's not able to keep what I have here, and then I'm out of my flashlight or whatever. So I just have my lanyards on these flaps. Here on this side, I do have the Nightcore EDC 33 Light. This is new. I just got this about 2 weeks ago, so I don't have much experience with it. I've only used it twice since then, so expect to see this in the next couple of months, as early as next week. We are planning to go camping next week, and I do want to use this damn near the entire adventure just so I can get to know it. USB-C rechargeable. It's able to go as high as 4,000 lumens. That is no joke. So great light. I'm a huge believer in having a small EDC light on my person, but then having a larger, more substantial light on my Haversack or my pack. So once again, still got to test this out, but so far I'm liking it. I'm liking the shape, the size, the design. As for here on this side, you've seen this already for about a year. This is my Silky Gomboy folding saw right here. I got this last year. And this thing is not cheap. This cost me about 74 bucks. I'm sure at this point it's like 80 bucks, but it is awesome. I do gotta admit, I had a Baco for about 7 years, and I think this one is the superior saw in my opinion. Really nice, but of course it's also double more expensive. So if you can get by with the Baco, I totally get that, but this is just a really awesome locking saw right here. And I mean, I just think the aesthetics as well is really, really nice. And passion for fashion over here. I got, you know, this beige that complements the bag and it complements the buckle and stuff like that. So I think it just... Okay, so it's looking a little bit more packed than usual. That's because I'm bringing a couple of extra things to talk about EDC. So for example, I have these glasses. These are sunglasses that just cheapy glasses. I got them from Target. As you can tell, I'm a big fan of the color green. So these generally stay in the dash of my truck when I'm done driving or in the pocket of my jacket. I don't know why I put them in here, but eye protection, extremely important, especially as I get older. I realize I just have very sensitive eyes and I get headaches and stuff. So I really need to make it a habit to wear sunglasses a lot more. Another item here is, of course, my snake eater knife. For those of you who don't know, this is my knife design. No longer made, so there's no sense in putting links and all that stuff. But just really love this knife design. To this day, it's still my favorite knife design, even if, you know, not talking about, you know, the bias that it is my knife design. Really love it. So even though I'm hoping to kind of put it down a little bit more this year as I test new knives, this one is inevitably going to come with me here and there just because I love the knife design so much. So I'll be alternating between the knife that I'm testing with Old Faithful over here. So I did bring my snake eater for this video. This is a canvas pack by Old Growth Artisans, small maker here in America as well. And this is really nice, high quality. And of course you can gather edibles in here. You can gather all kinds of stuff in here that you like, or make this like a fire pouch, something like that. You can tighten this up if you like. So, you know, nice little container here. What I have this for is I will place my SIG P365 in here in my Haversack if needed. I don't have my concealed carry license right now, so of course I'm working to get that before I'm comfortable walking around with the firearm on my person. I don't want to risk getting in trouble or ruffling feathers for now, so I have this in case it's needed. Or, you know, just it's heavy, I'm gonna lay down, I'm gonna place it in here. And then of course, other than that, you've kind of seen all this before. My One Tigress crappy poncho / tarp. Still been meaning to replace this, but I forgot. But, you know, just better to have a crappy tarp than no tarp at all, right? So in case it's like coming down, it's pouring, something like that, I got a little poncho. My metal canteen as well, you know, boiling coffee or whatever the case may be, boiling some ramen noodles. I got myself a metal container. Secondary bandana. The lid to my container. And this is a little bit of a fire kit. So this was from Pine Fire Shop. They are no longer around. They went out of business possibly like 6-7 years ago, but they had some really good stuff. These were really awesome. They will burn for a long time. I don't recall what he would call these. And then of course I got those Yuko stormproof matches. These things will burn like little flares right here. And then of course I got the striker for those matches. So something of a little mini fire kit right here without getting overly complicated. So yeah, in case I'm having trouble getting a fire going. You've seen the wall, what I like to call the wall of the bag. Spare lighter right there. That's a clipper lighter. I do have a ferro rod, a large 6-inch ferro rod as well. Fire making. My fork and my spoon right here from Yuko, titanium right here. Really nice. I could just get this out whenever I'm going to cook something. And this is from Father Nomad. It's a little lantern. This will glow in the dark, so it gives me a little bit of illumination in here if I'm rummaging through my bag in the dark. And then on the other side, I do have these two pockets. On this one side, I do have a brand new Nightcore NB 10,000 power bank. I did review the first generation of this, if you recall, like about 3 years ago. This is version 2. The original one, I had it. It lasted me about 2 years. Really loved it, how slim, how lightweight it is. But at the same time, it ended up just getting bloated one time, and it stopped working, and I just threw it away. So it was a good run, but this version 2, I'm hoping, is a little bit better and a little bit sturdier. So always good to have a portable source of power for your electronics. My Leatherman Blast. This is my favorite multi-tool to have right here. Of course, it has the basics: a bottle opener, a can opener, a pair of scissors, a backup blade right there, a saw. So they don't make this model anymore. Really like it. I like the fact that it has really cool tools, but at the same time, it's not overly heavy and cumbersome. It's pretty lightweight. So always got my multi-tool. And then for knife maintenance, I do have Grumpy's Blade Butter. This stuff is like a little balm. You know, you just put this on your blades, especially now that it's winter time and there's going to be snow and rain and stuff like that. You want to protect, especially if they're carbon, like the one that I'm carrying now. You know, just help preserve not only the blade, but you know, if you have wooden handles and stuff like that. So you don't have to just use it only for fixed blades. You can use it on, you know, multi-tool Swiss Army knives, whatever the case may be. And then my little Victorinox honing rod right here. So, you know, while I'm out in the field for a day, you know, something like that, before I go home and have my more substantial sharpening tools, I just have this to just tighten up my blades, keep them nice and sharp while I'm out on a fishing trip or something. And then this pocket right here is just iPhone headphones, you know, when I'm at work wanting to listen to music or watch YouTube videos. And then this is another item from Tough Possum Gear. This was meant to be like a pocket for your notepad, for a Write in the Rain notepad, and I just didn't like it for that. I kind of like it as something like it holds my electronics. So for my Nightcore, I have this, and then this is just electronics, cables and stuff for charging. Then of course for my iPhone down here. So this is no good if you don't have cables. And so with this, I'm able to kind of just tighten this up somewhat, and then it'll fit in there. Well, that's about it for my winter 2024 EDC update. I know it was a ton of stuff. This video is probably going to be quite long, but I think it's well worth it. We got a ton of new stuff. I know that SIG P365 is going to have everyone talking. I was far overdue to update my firearm to something more EDC friendly, something more lightweight, compact, and even stronger than a 22. So I know everyone's going to be talking about that, but of course, once again, I got a brand new knife from Bear Forest Knives, new flashlights, all kinds of stuff. This jacket, I can't wait to take this out and do some winter camping in the snow with it. So I'm pretty pumped for that. And if you made it this far, we very much appreciate your views, your attention, all that stuff. And we have one last surprise for y'all. You know how I mentioned that I was a big fan of my new Extra wallet? Well, one lucky viewer is going to be winning a brand new Extra wallet along with the tracker card that comes with it as well. So big thank you to Extra for sending this to us so we can give it to some lucky viewer. This is going to be open to anyone in the world. It doesn't matter where you are. Once the winner is selected at random next week, be sure to come forward so we can send this to you as soon as possible. The only thing to do to enter for this giveaway is, of course, give us a thumbs up on this video and comment down below Snake Eater. You can comment whatever you like, but as long as you add the word Snake Eater in there, we know for a fact you were paying attention and you watched all the way to the end, so you enter for this giveaway. If we see someone just writing all in for the giveaway, I know that they just saw the word giveaway on the title, wrote that and left. So I just rather reward someone who's watching us all the way to the very end. So good luck to one lucky winner for winning a very snazzy new wallet, starting the year off very gentlemanly for 2024. And that's about it for us, folks. Stay tuned. Next week we're going to be camping, and Cuervo's going to be doing his EDC winter update as well. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to write Snake Eater down below, and we'll see you guys next week with another video. Now go outside and get your boots dirty.